In my previous video we did a detailed breakdown of the explosive and highly paced second season trailer for Andor. And in that trailer we were treated to this very brief clip of what looks like a new Imperial unit, and we can see that this corridor is clearly the same one we see Andor walk down in an earlier clip. Given the modern tactical look of these guys, I think it's fair to say the Empire are done with sending low-grade Imperial security officers after Andor, because we all know how that ended up last time. So in my trailer breakdown video I mentioned I thought I might know who these guys are, and for that we have to dive back into Legends. This is one of my favourite possessions from my Star Wars collection. It's the Imperial sourcebook from West End Games role-playing game from 1989 and through the early 90s. You'd be surprised how much modern Star Wars creators have dipped into this old source material. Here's just one example. This Imperial vehicle from this book later served as the inspiration for the clone turbo tank from episode 3. I'd love to do a whole video on these books, so if that's something you'd like to see, let me know in the comments. So how does this old book connect with these guys? This book describes an Imperial organisation outside of the military known as Compnor. In fact, the ISB that played such a prominent role in Season 1 of Andor are very prevalent in this book. They are just one department in the larger Compnor organisation. Now this background information is extremely detailed and I'm not going to go through it all here, it's the sort of thing that requires its own video. For now let's just focus in on the military arm of Compnor, that's CompForce. More specifically, CompForce's Assault Division. This unit is made up of volunteers from what's known as the Sub-Adult Group. These are young people basically indoctrinated into the Imperial cult. Of course there are many historical parallels for this sort of thing happening. We know Tony Gilroy's a big student of history and we know he loves to put these historical parallels into his work. The lore for this unit says that they are the most fanatical of Imperial loyalists, and during their extremely harsh training, 2 candidates die for every 1 that qualifies. In Season 1 of Andor we saw them dive right into the heart of the ISB, and a great deal of that bureaucracy and structure they showed us in Season 1 was taken almost literally from this book, but they did streamline the lore in some places and modernised it to some degree, and I suspect we're going to get the same thing here. So why do I think this unit is CompForce and not some other Imperial unit? Well, there's 2 things in the trailer that lead us to believe they might be connected to the ISB, the fellow branch of Compnor. Firstly, it's this brief clip, the only clip in the trailer of Dedra Meero of the ISB, major character in Season 1. And over to the right here we see what looks like a scientist in a white coat, 2 stormtroopers, and potentially some of these troops with very similar uniforms here without helmets in the background. And if we return to our main clip here, we can see the individual second on the left appears to be wearing an ISB tunic under his armour. You can clearly see that he's the only individual that has this white tunic under the armour, and it's also to note that you can see here he's using some kind of scanning device. I saw Star Wars Meg mention she thinks this could be Attendant Hurt, Dedra Meero's attendant from Season 1. So these troops definitely seem to be connected to the ISB, so perhaps we are going to get our first live action look at CompForce. There are a couple of other cool things from the background book that would tie in well here. It does mention that CompForce are very well equipped, and they're often hated and despised by the Imperial Army and Navy. And we can see in the clip here they appear to have blasters I've never seen before. A couple of them have some kind of scopes, another one doesn't, and they appear to have some kind of communicator built into their gauntlets. So the overall high tactical look at them, the colour scheme, the fact that they're not wearing helmets, I think this really does point in the direction of CompForce. It's time to turn this over to you. I want to know what you think about this. Or do you think this could be some other Imperial unit from lore we haven't seen before? Or perhaps this is something completely new. We know they love to put new stormtroopers, new TIE fighters into almost every version of Star Wars. And as I said in my trailer breakdown, we know they love that because it pushes merch sales. So jump down in the comments, let me know what you think. I really want to hear from you. Also let me know what other videos you'd like to see me do on this channel. Is this the sort of thing you want to see more of? Don't forget to smash the like button before you go, and I'll leave a link to my previous video if you want to see my trailer deep dive breakdown. And of course if you love the Fallout franchise, don't forget about this channel's big brother, Fallout Play Build Collect. I'll leave a link to that too. Till then, thanks for watching and I'll catch you in the next one.